Radwan Kouatli has served as Imam of several congregations and has delivered lectures and sermons in universities, mosques and other places of worship. Additionally, he's the founder of the Love God Institute, a non-profit educational ministry dedicated to sharing the mercy and love of God, and is the author of Live Your Life on Purpose.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Can everybody hear me? Well, I would dare to say that regardless of whether one is a creationist, evolutionist, or a proponent of intelligent design, it's agreed upon that sophisticated tools and appliances, such as the microphone and the computers that we have, did come about through the diligent efforts of intelligent men and women. This reality opens my eyes to ask the question, if we design those gadgets and tools and appliances, then who made us? Who made us? And my question implies that we are made and we need to find out who made us. But some people argue that the correct starting point is not to ask who made us, but how we came to exist. Some argue this is the correct starting point. And the answer that is given is through evolution. That is, we evolved from nothing, and then we came from the reptile to the Gentile somehow. The Semitics are not included. Well, Bill Maher, the rationalist, as he liked to call himself, the rationalist comedian, does not believe there is real debate concerning the origin of life. And he rationalizes that, and I quote, "The reason there is no real debate is that intelligent design is not real science. It is the equivalent of saying the thermos keeps hot things hot and cold things cold because it's a god. It's so willfully ignorant that you might worship the U.S. mail. It came again." End of quote. Hilarious. Well, I do not believe that anyone could be ignorant enough to believe that a device which keeps cold things cold and hot things hot, and it says on it Coleman, has evolved through natural processes. I forgot to bring with me my assistant, who is SpongeBob. SpongeBob and his buddy Patrick, silly as they may be, and hilarious as they may be, more so than our rationalist buddy, I would argue that they are the product of intelligent design. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
So with this in mind, the body that keeps blood hot and circulated, transform food into energy, equipped with sophisticated systems of smelling, sensing, and tasting, Krabby Patties, if you will, cannot be brought to existence or somehow evolved without any intelligent design. So now I dare to ask the question, who made us and for what purpose? And I will answer those two questions based on the Quran. And please allow me to be dogmatic for a minute, but I promise you I won't bark at anyone. And that is, The Quran is not human in origin. Rather, it is the oral communication from God to Muhammad, peace be upon him, to us as a humanity. That's it. That's what I'm going to be dogmatic about. Well, the Quran is not a book of science. It has history in it, but it's not a book of history. Illustrative narratives. It tells us about Moses and the struggle of Moses, the struggle of the Israelites. It tells us about Jesus. But also the Quran contains many verses of a scientific nature, speaking about astronomy, embryology, cosmology, just to name a few. Also in the Quran, God confirms that He is the creator of heavens, earth, and life. But for the skeptics, that could be a dogmatic assertion on the part of God. So God does not stop here. He appeals to our innate knowledge, which is also confirmed through uniform and repeated experiences, that things that contain complex and specified information can only be the product of intelligent design. I have 4 children, 1 boy and 3 daughters. One of them, my oldest daughter is 10, then 6, then 4. My oldest daughter, Miriam, she had a homework in which she developed a paper model of the solar system. She developed it very nice and she hung it on the wall in the living room. Then, later on, my 2 youngest daughters, Zainab and Fatima, 6 and 4, they walked into the room and Zainab looked at that solar model and she said, wow! And then she said, who made it? And in that moment, I wanted to play Richard Dawkins. So I came to her and I told her, oh, nobody made it. It came by itself. And she said, no, that is not possible. And then my youngest daughter, Fatima, she said, Baba, that is so funny. Maryam made it.